Hello and welcome to CodeChef. In our last video, we learned about bubble sort, where elements bubble up to their correct positions. Today, we are exploring another fundamental sorting algorithm, selection sort. Selection sort takes a different approach. Instead of repeatedly swapping adjacent elements, it selects the smallest element and places it in the correct position. It's like organizing a hand of cards by repeatedly picking the smallest card and placing it in the front. Now before we start, make sure you have the CodeChef compiler ready. The link is in the description below. We also have an interactive selection sort simulator on CodeChef platform. So use it to visualize the algorithm step by step. So let's get started.
Selection sort. Selection sort is a comparison-based algorithm that divides the array into two parts. Part 1, a sorted portion which is initially empty, and part 2 is an unsorted portion which is initially the entire array. It repeatedly selects the minimum element from the unsorted portion and moves it to the end of the sorted portion. Imagine you have a deck of cards scattered on a table and you want to arrange them in order. Look through all the cards and find the smallest one. Pick it up and place it at the first card at the sorted pile. Look through the remaining cards and find this next smallest. Place it second in a sorted pile. Repeat until all cards are sorted. That's selection sort. You are selecting the minimum each time. The key difference from bubble sort is, in bubble sort, it compares and swaps adjacent pairs repeatedly. But in selection sort, it finds the global minimum and places it directly. Today we'll learn how selection sort works step by step, implementation and code analysis, time and space complexity, stability and comparison with other algorithms. How selection sort works. Now let's look at the algorithm. We divide conceptually. Think of array as sorted plus unsorted part. Then we find the minimum. We scan unsorted part to find the smallest element. Then we swap with the first unsorted. Place minimum at the end of the sorted part. And then we expand sorted portion. We move the boundary to one position right. Then we repeat. We continue until the entire array is sorted. After each iteration, one more element is in its final sorted position at the beginning of the array. So, a step-by-step example would look like, now we have to sort this array which is given, which is unsorted. The initial state is 64, 25, 12, 22, 11. Now this is the sorted portion, which is an empty array. Now the unsorted portion is that complete array. Now first pass would be to find the minimum in the unsorted portion. 12, this is the unsorted portion. Now we find the minimum. The minimum is 11 out of all these elements, which is at index 4. Now we swap 11 from index 4 to index 0. Now this remaining is our unsorted array. Now in the next pass, we find the minimum in the remaining unsorted portion. Now this is our already sorted portion. Now in the unsorted portion, we find the minimum. Now minimum is 12 at index 2. Now we swap 12 from index 2 to index 1. So we've swapped 12 to 25. Now in the next pass, we find minimum in the remaining. So now here we have 22. We swapped the position of 22 with 25. Now this is our sorted portion and this is our unsorted. Similarly, we find a minimum again, 25 being the minimum, and then we swap. Now only one element is left which must be in the correct position. Time and space complexity. Unlike bubble sort, selection sort has the same time complexity for best, average and worst cases. The algorithm always performs the same number of comparisons regardless of input. So pass 1 is n-1 comparisons, pass 2 n-2 comparisons, pass 3 n-3 comparisons. For pass n-1 is to 1 comparison, the total n-1 plus n-2 plus so on and so forth till n. Now n common, n-1 divided by 2, our total time complexity becomes big O of n squared. Best case is big O of n squared even if array is already sorted and still scans the entire unsorted portion every time. It cannot terminate early like optimized bubble sort. The average case is big O of n squared, same number of comparisons, and the worst case is big O of n squared, reverse sorted, and same number of comparisons. Space complexity. Selection sort is an in-place comparison, so it uses only a few variables. No additional arrays or data structure is required. Memory usage doesn't grow with input size. And the number of swaps. One advantage of selection sort is fewer swaps than bubble sort. Maximum swap is n-1, 1 per pass. And bubble sort swaps can be up to n into n-1 divided by 2. Stability analysis. Selection sort is unstable. It does not always maintain the relative order of equal elements. Why is it unstable? So when we find the minimum and swap it with the first unsorted element, we might skip over equal elements, changing their relative order. Now let's look at pseudocode analysis. Now here you can see the outer loop which represents the boundary between sorted and unsorted. It goes from 0 to n-2. I marks the position where we place the next minimum. I marks the position where we'll place the next minimum. Now here, minimum index is equal to 1. We assume the first element of unsorted portion is in the minimum. We'll update this if we find a smaller element. Now, this line for j is equal to I plus 1 to length a minus 1. So this line scans the unsorted portion. It starts from I plus 1 and the next element after current position. It goes to the end of the array and looks for minimum element. If minimum index is not equal to 1, after finding minimum, it checks it is different from current position. If different, it swaps them, and if not, no swap is needed. So here, if minimum index is not equal to 1, then after finding the minimum, it checks if it is different from the current position. If it's different, it swaps them, and if not, no swap is needed. Now let's see this in a code. Here we started with the standard input-output library. This is the function to perform the selection sort. Outer loop runs from 0 to n-1. I represents the boundary between sorted and unsorted portions. It stops at n-1 because when n-1 elements are sorted, last element is automatically sorted. Now, if minimum index is equal to I, initializes minimum index to current position I. It assumes current element is in the minimum. Now, if minimum index is not equal to I, it checks if minimum element is different from current position. If minimum index equals I, element is already in the current position, no swap is needed. It avoids unnecessary swap operation basically. So this line stores current element in temporary variable. It is needed for swapping without losing data. This is a function to print array. Now this line loops through each element of the array. This printf will print each element followed by a space. Now our main function begins here. So this is the array that we need to sort. This line calculates the number of elements in the array divided by total bytes occupied by entire array. The total bytes occupied by the entire array is the size of the array. It is divided by the total size of array. So this divided by bytes occupied by one element. So this division gives a total number of elements 5 in this case. Now it will print the original array and the sorted array. We complete the program with a return 0 and closing bracket, and we run the program. Our original array was 64, 25, 12, 22 and 11, and our sorted array becomes 11, 22, 25 and 64.
Amazing job today. You mastered selection sort and understand its strengths and weaknesses. Now it's your turn. Head over to the CodeChef compiler and practice. Keep coding, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.